Welcome back to my top 25 films of 2012. I just wanted to say before I get started, part 2, which will be 2016, that unfortunately I went on holiday last week, so that's why this is quite late. But I will be getting them up every day for the next few days to get the full list out. But without further ado, I'll get started on 20, which is Goon, which is a really funny black comedy based around ice hockey and the violence in it. And what I didn't expect about Goon was that it would be so heartfelt and moving, as well as completely hilarious in places. It's a film that follows Doug Glatt, a simple-minded bouncer who gets involved in ice hockey because he's such a brilliant fighter. He can just take out anyone, and it's just one of these films where you just don't know what's coming, and all the jokes land, and it's really funny, and it's just got this really heartfelt emotional core at the centre of it due to the fact that it's got this great emotional relationship between Doug and his um, his possible girlfriend Maya, played by Alison Pill, and it's a really funny, really touching movie. Okay, number 19 is Headhunters, which is a Norwegian movie which came out, I think it was early last year, about February. And it's just one of these bleak black comedies, thrillers that are so great. And I think Scandinavian movies lately have been on the rise, and with the influx of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and movies like that, and books based around um, the advent of Stieg Larsson and all his stuff. And this one's based off a Joe Nesbo novel, and because of that, it's so incredibly dark, but at the same time, it's absolutely hilarious because it's a film about a art thief and how his life just turns completely upside down when he decides to steal from the wrong person. And watching his life go from worse to worse is just so funny because he gets into situations that you would never imagine he'd get into. And it's just one of these films where you can't help but laugh at some of the horrible things that happens to him, and it's just devastatingly funny in places, and also very very touching at the end. It's a great it's a great comedy, and it's a great thriller, and I advise you to see it. Number 18 is The Dark Knight Rises. I was going to try and fit the Avengers in somewhere, but I couldn't find room for it, to be honest, because there were so many good films this year. But I loved it regardless. But The Dark Knight Rises just seemed the better choice because I was so disappointed by The Dark Knight because it was so incredibly bleak that The Dark Knight Rises was this great antithesis to it. It was just everything you wanted it to be after the depressing nature of the second one, and it was just one of these epic films where you just you sort of knew what was going to happen. You knew there was going to be a happy ending, and you knew there was going to be some great performances, and it all came together just to make this great action film that just didn't really feel like an action film. It felt like one of these high quality. Uh, to be honest, it felt like a biopic in a way of Bruce Wayne's life, and it didn't treat it like an action film, but it's got some great action set pieces and stuff like that. But I think it's just got some incredible acting in it, especially from Michael Caine, and I think Christian Bale from brought brought his Batman Begins acting back when his acting in The Dark Knight was just a bit shoddy. But I think the standout performance was Anne Hathaway as Selina Kyle because she knocked it out of the park. And I think if they decide to make a movie about Catwoman, I will be happy to go watch it if she is involved, because I went to go see Catwoman, and I cannot describe how awful it is. But that's another topic. So getting on to number 17 is Chronicle. Chronicle was a film that came out in February or March, early 2012 in England, and it was just so clever in the way it used found footage to its advantage, but didn't feel shackled to it, because they used the plot of the story and the powers that these three teenagers get at a party, when they investigate a hole in the ground. They use it to their advantage so that the camera can move freely, but it still feels like a found footage film, and it's just so incredible. And it's just some of the set pieces, like when they're flying around in the air, and it's a film that I advise you see just for the technical aspects of it. I think at some points the story needs a little bit of a rejigger, but it's still a really clever film, and it's got some unexpected twists and turns, and it's just got this great central character who's so dark and disturbed, but also really, really human, and you relate to him. He's someone that you can see parts of yourself in. Well, at least I did, and I think that's why it's so touching at the end. The ending has the last 20 minutes are both action-filled and very emotional. Right, and the last one for today is The Secret World of Arrietty, which is number 16. Um, this is a Studio Ghibli film that came out last year, and it's it's beautiful. Like, the animation is what sells it, and they've always been great at them. Like, Spirited Away, the imagination that goes into films like these are just so incredibly detailed and professional, and it's. But the thing about this one is it's a light-hearted family drama, so you want all the beautiful colours and the wonderful set pieces and landscapes, and it's all there, and it just looks amazing. And you've got these. It's a story about a borrower and her family, and how a little boy befriends her and risks ruining her entire life. But it's just one of these films that you just do not see coming, and it's got this great friendship between the two, and it's also got some of the great Studio Ghibli side characters that you expect, like the crazy caretaker who's trying to find the borrowers after so many years, and it's just really funny, and it's got always got the hysterical mother character from every single one, like Spirited Away, where she gets turned into a pig. Unless that's sorry about that, that's a spoiler, but it's a great little film that it's perfect for families, and I thought was just really thoroughly enjoyable for the entirety. And I would happily watch it again whenever I get the chance to get it on DVD. Uh, and there you have it. They're the next 5 on my list, but I'll probably be back tomorrow or the next day to give you 15 to 11, which um, which I hope you'll enjoy. Anyway, there you have it. I will see you later.